Hey guys, welcome back to Anime What If, and this is part 2 of What If Deku Was a Werewolf. So, before we begin, I'd like to say that High School DxD1 is going to be delayed a bit, because I tried making it earlier and I realized that I went to fact check the thing, my information before I made the video. And I was wrong, so I'm going to rewatch at least the first season before I make it. So, yeah. Also, I do plan on making a remake of What If Deku Was a Vampire. Well, actually, no, not really a remake per se. It's like more, should I say, What If Deku was in a vampiric world per se. He's going to be human, but in a world of vampires. You'll see eventually. I think you guys might enjoy it, actually. But yeah. So one more thing before I start, I'm planning on doing no more than three series at a time. So that Vampire World Deku one is going to have to wait a bit. I'll probably finish either the High School DxD one, or the remake of What If Deku had a video game Quirk before. Before I make the vampiric one. So expect it's most likely going to be the video game Deku remake next. So, without that information down, let's begin now, shall we? Alright, so everybody in the class is wondering, like, who's a hero teacher going to be? I wonder who it is, and stuff like that, and then All Might, the door, bursts open, and All Might says, I am here, walking into the classroom like a normal person. And they're all like, whoa, it's All Might? Is he going to be our teacher? And Aizawa interrupts them all and says, yes, class, All Might will be your teacher for the next 3 years. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy it while it lasts. I hope you guys enjoy this while it lasts. You guys are heroes in training. If you expect this to be easy, I suggest you leave immediately. They all quiet down. All Might says, hello, children. Before we begin with our hero training, you guys can't expect to be heroes without your hero costumes. All Might puts his right arm, points it to the right, and presses a red button, and a bunch of suitcases come out of the wall. It says, go to the locker rooms and get your hero costumes on, and meet me down at ground beta. So they're all really excited, and they go, and so they sorry about that. So they go change into their hero costumes, and they go down and meet All Might at ground beta. And All Might's like, alright, class, today we're going to do a heroes versus villains training. So there'll be teams of 2, no, 10, there'll be 10, no, there'll be 9, no, actually, hold on one moment. there will be 8 teams of 2, plus with one team having a third due to there only being. Actually, no, skip that. One B was actually, we'll say, was pulled up into 1A, so I'll say Tetsu was pulled up. So it says they'll be split into teams of 2. Your names will be randomly drawn up into here, and then your teams will be randomly chosen. So Uraraka and Izuku got Team 1, and Bakugo and Ida both got Team 6, and the rest got other teams. So, it says, in the first match, it will be Team 1 versus Team 6. Go. Team 6 will be the villain team, and Team 1 will be the heroes team. So, they go. And always explains, always says, the villains team will have 5 minutes to place a bomb and get ready. And then after 5 minutes, the hero team, they will fight for 15 minutes. The hero team wins by capturing both targets with capture tape or touching the bomb. The villain team wins if they use capture tape on both the heroes and will last 15 minutes. Now, go get ready, students. Go get villain team. Prepare yourselves. So they go down in the 5. Once they're all down there, the moment they walk in, the 5 minutes start. And they strut it. Uraraka's like, so how are we gonna do this? So Izuku's like, so Kachan's probably gonna go for me. So what you're gonna do is go towards the you go fly up. Use your zero gravity quirk to fly up towards and they'll probably make it in the 5th around the top 4. So they probably put the bomb on the top 4. So go use your quirk and go up to the top 4. And if it's not there, go down from there. So Uraraka says, alright, in the 5 minutes, All Might says, time's up, hero team, you may enter. 15 minutes begins now. So Izuku goes in, and Uraraka floats up there, and Izuku goes up to the 4th floor and sees Bakugo. So Izuku's like, hey, Kachan, prepare to fight? Are you prepared to lose? And Bakugo's like, shh, damn right, you damn nerd. I'm gonna win, Izuku. So they battle it out, and after a few minutes, Uraraka says, I found the bomb. Izuku's like, really? Yeah, cool. Alright. Cool, and then on the other side of the mic, Izuku can hear Ida acting as a villain. Ida sings stuff like, you will never defeat me, hero, and stuff like that, acting like as if he was a villain, and eventually Uraraka touches the bomb, and All Might says, hero team wins. So they go back down, and then the rest of the matches play out, and All Might's like, alright, class, you did good for today. You may go home now. So they go home, right? And they all fall asleep. And the next day, for the next couple of days, right? They do hero work. They do hero training and they do schoolwork. And on the next school day on Monday, as I was like, sorry about that. As I was like, alright, class, today we are going to the USJ. Here are your permission slips that are needed to go. I hope you guys enjoy. Not hope you guys enjoy it. No, I hope you guys need your parents to sign this, or else you won't be going. So I suggest you get your parents to do so. And so, let's begin. So, after school is over, they head home. All the students head home and get their permission slip signed. And it's on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I was always like, all right, class, get on the bus. And all right, class, get on the bus. We're heading to the USJ. They all get on. Isaiah starts driving towards the unforeseen simulation joint, and they all start talking to each other, and then eventually the discussion of what our classmates' quirks are, because they introduce themselves, but they never introduce their quirks. So, Bakugo's a bit nicer, but Bakugo's rude, but not a jackass. I think I said that in the last episode, in the first part of the series. So, yeah. Let's continue on. So, they all explain their course, and also he's like, so Midoriya, what's your quirk, Ribbit? And he was like, oh, well, my quirk is werewolf. Oh, and yes, I do transform into a wolf during a full moon. I could stop it if I want to, but it's painful. I can also transform into a wolf anytime. I won't, just... It is a bit painful during the transformation. And they're all like, well, that's so cool. And after another 40 minutes, Aizawa says, alright, class, shut up, we're here. So they all go in, and they all get out of the bus and go in, and they see 13, and a couple of them are like, whoa, it's 13, the rescue hero. Right? Uraraka. They're like, whoa, it's 13, I'm such a huge fan. And 13's like, it's always nice to meet a fan. So, alright, students, today we're going to do hero training, rescue training. We have different segments for different parts of hero training. So she explains it, and then in the middle, Kirishina's like, whoa, that's so cool. And a couple of them are like, what? And Kirishina's like, they even have fake villains. And Aizawa immediately looks alarmed and turns and says, those aren't fake villains, those are real students. 13, get them out of here. So 13's alright, and Kiryu, then a purplish fog-like thing appears, and it appears to be some kind of like portalish thing, and some bright yellow eyes appears and says, hello, students. I am Kurogiri, and I am afraid that I mustn't let you leave this place. We, the League of Villains, have come here to kill All Might. Wait, where is he? 13 just says, we're not here. So, then, Bakugo and Kirishima about to start to attack the villain, Kirugiri. Bakugo yelling, "Die!" And Kirishima yelling, "Let's get him!" And so Izuku transforms into a wolf and runs down the staircase. And Kirugiri then teleports most of the students all across this USJ. And Izuku starts helping Aizawa taking down villains, and Aizawa's like, "Izuku Midoriya, what are you doing here?" And Izuku's like, "I came to help, Sensei. There's a villain up there that warped everyone away. They're not letting us get through, so I figured that this would be the next best thing." And Aizawa's like, "God damn it. I'm only allowing you to do this for self-defense, got it?" Izuku's like, yeah. Because Izuku can talk in wolf form, although it's kind of like a growlish talking. And it hurts his voice, and it hurts him a lot. Like his neck a lot. Because he still has a voice box, but in wolf form it's difficult for him to speak. So, alright, so they continue defeating villains, and, in the, one zone, in the collapsed building zone, stands, Bakugo and Kirishima. And they defeat all the villains that were teleported with them in there, and Kirishima was like, "Looks like that's the last one," as he knocks out a villain. And Bakugo is like, "Shh. Come on, let's go save the others." No, not Bakugo. Kirishima's like, alright, since that's done, let's go save the others. And Bakugo's like, "Shh. Don't tell me what to do, you shitty hair." And Kirishima's like, "Whoa. Okay. Didn't have to say that." And Izuku immediately, not Izuku, there's a villain with a gecko, with some type of, with a mutation quirk. It has turned himself invisible, it's about to stab Bakugo when he grabs it. The villain smashes his head down, and when his quirk deactivates, and, well, part of his quirk deactivates, and then Bakugo explodes the villain's head, and the villain's knocked out. And Bakugo then says, "Alright, shitty hair, let's go." So they leave, right? And so all the students across the USJ are fighting villains, right? Izuku, most of the villains are down, and knocked out at this point, so Izuku tells Aizawa, "Sensei!" It's more like "Sensei." Sensei, I'm gonna go try to find my fellow classmates, okay? Aizawa says, "Yeah, alright. Go for it." So Izuku runs to the boat and sees the boat slowly, collapsing, and villains in the water. So Izuku goes in the water and starts defeating the villains one by one. And, climbs his way on the boat, right? But they don't know it's him, so Sui and Mineta don't know it's Izuku yet, so Asui grabs him and slams him down, but Izuku transforms back into his human form and yells, "Ow! Ow, ow, ow! Please don't do that." And Asui's like, "Oh, sorry, Midoriya, Ribbit. Thought you were a villain, Ribbit." And Mineta's like, You really scared me there. Don't do that again, okay?" No, not Mineta. Not Mineta. No, Mineta isn't even there. So Tetsu's like, "Yeah, damn, man. We thought you were a villain. Sorry." So, yeah, sorry, Mineta isn't in 1A. Mineta's expelled. Shinso's in 1B, by the way. Thought I'd make that clear. Alright, without any more interruption, let's continue. So, Izuku's like, alright, the water's safe now, guys. I took care of the villains. Let's go. They all jump down and go on there, and they see the Nomu is on his own. So they're like, what do we do? And Izuku's like, Sue, Tetsu. Go together and find more our classmates. I'm gonna go help Sensei. Tetsu's like, so are you gonna wait, isn't that dangerous though? Izuku's like, I've been training for years. I can do this. Or I always try. A real hero doesn't leave their students. A real hero doesn't abandon people, no matter what. They say okay to leave, and Izuku goes in and runs up to the Nomu, right? And Izuku transforms into his wolf forms, right? And he growls loudly, and the Nomu turns, and Izuku pounces on the Nomu, right? And he slowly rips up the Nomu, right? And the Nomu kicks him, pushes him off, right? And Shigaraki's like, damn, congratulations, brat. You actually injured the Nomu. Not as powerful as All Might, but you're actually half decent. Fine then, since you want to be a hero, Nomu, attack that wolf brat. So the Nomu goes in for a punch, and Izuku, the Nomu isn't going all the way, so Izuku can dodge it, although only barely, and it stabs the Nomu's eyes out, right, and eventually the Nomu speeds up, right, and Izuku starts getting hit, right, and Izuku eventually has a broken arm, or I guess you could say broken leg, because he's in his wolf form. So Izuku runs out, bites the Nomu, and as the Nomu reaches down, it punches Izuku in the air, and then Izuku takes it to his advantage and punches the Nomu in the brain, and the Nomu collapses. And actually, no, not the Nomu. The Nomu gets Nomu collapses, right? And Izuku thinks it's over for him, gets Aizawa and moves up the steps, but the Nomu slowly gets back up, slowly regenerating its brain. And as they get up there, right, Kiriryu's like, whoa, it appears that this student is worth something, Master. What shall we do? As Kirigiri says this, Shigaraki's about to reply, and Bakugo attacks Kirigiri. Right, and he's like, I saw that metal thing from earlier. Appears you are partly real. So, as Bakugo hits him, Izuku yells at Ida to, go and get him. Go get the heroes, and Ida is like, but I mustn't leave you guys behind, and Izuku's like, don't worry about that right now. We need the pros now. 13 is injured because she tried using her quirk on Hirogiri, and he used it against her. So, Ida leaves, and Nomu, Shigaraki's like, shit, Nomu, get the brat off of Kirigiri. We need him alive. We need him free. So the Nomu runs to Bakugo and punches Bakugo off of Kirigiri, and Kirigiri is like, Kirigiri is like, that one's annoying. That one is a bit annoying. So they fight, right? The students and the League of Villains fight for a few more minutes. No, for like 10 more minutes. And All Might runs in saying, I am here. And Shigaraki's like, finally, All Might's here. We can finally kill him. Nomu, kill All Might. So All Might and Kirigi and the Nomu will fight each other, right? And Kirigiri eventually pulls All Might through, and he says, I'm going to slowly. And All Might, no, Kirigiri says, normally, I don't like blood going through my gates. However, if it is the blood, since it is the blood of the number one hero, I suppose that I can make an exception. So, Kirigiri then says, All Might, I am going to slowly shrink in my gate until you split in half, until you get cut in half. And I will make sure this Nomu appears, and this Nomu will make sure that you don't move. Right, and as it slowly crushes All Might tries to escape, but the Nomu crushes All Might where his injury is, and All Might screams and coughs out blood. And Todoroki throws up the villains and figure out through interrogation that they're here to kill All Might. So Todoroki freezes the Nomu, right, and half the Nomu. And Kirio's like, Shigaraki's like, what? Damn it. All Might breaks free, and the Nomu breaks itself in half and regenerates itself. And so, Shigaraki's like, damn it. And Shigaraki's like, damn it. And then more pro heroes show up and says, we're here. Let's take down these villains. And Shigara's like, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, while scratching his neck. Kirigiri, get us out of here. Right? And as Kirigiri's like, yes, master. And as they leave, the Nomu tries to run, but All Might catches it, punches it away, and they leave without the Nomu. Excuse me. About that. Sorry about that. So, that is, then after that, the heroes and police restrain all the villains in the Nomu, and the students get questioned, and then they are allowed home. And the next day, the students, next day, it's all over the news, right? And the media is there. And as the students walk in, the media's in front, starting to question anybody that tries to get through. And, oh wait, hold on, one moment. Alright, sorry about that. Had to do something. So, students go through and eventually to distract the media. Izuku turns to a random building and just says, "Oh, All Might, perfect, you're here. Can you help me out a little here?" And they're all like, and all the media are sort of like, "All Might, where?" Izuku boats in, and then they realize they get tricked and say, "Hey, that's no fair. Why'd you trick us? That's like, no, heroes shouldn't lie." And Izuku's like, "Yeah, And you guys shouldn't be berating people for. You guys shouldn't be berating people for information. Half of them go silent, and the other half just growl in frustration. So, eventually, when they go through and right, he goes to class, right, and all of a sudden, one member of the media is like, "All right, I've had enough of this. We want all night. We want her now." So they get through. They eventually So one member of the media attempts to pass through, and the gates immediately lock behind, shut. Right, and they're like, "Damn it!" And so then class begins, right, and eventually Shigaraki comes up and says, "No, not Sugar. Yeah, actually, no, not Shigaraki. Shigaraki says, comes up and says, 'All right, guys. So, guys, you want to get through with UA, huh?' And they all turn to him, and they're like, 'Yeah, what? You too, huh?' And Chigaraki's like, 'Well, I could get you in for you. Wouldn't you like that?' And they're like, 'What, really?' And Chigaraki's like, 'Yes. Just stand back.' They're still back, right? And Shigaraki decays it, and it walks through and says, 'You guys can go in now.' So the media immediately rushes in, and Shigaraki goes to steal some information. And so, alarms start to go off, and students start to panic, right? And they clog the halls, right? Actually, no time, like, reverse back a little bit. And as I was like, alright, this is about 20 minutes before Shigaraki shows up. Alright, class, today you're going to be picking a class representative. So, alright, so, I don't care how you pick one, just do it. So they all discussing how they're gonna pick one. Ida says, "How about we all vote on who should become class president? Oh, and make sure you don't choose yourself. We should also make a rule that you're not allowed to choose yourselves, because I'm sure the large majority of us would choose ourselves. So actually no, not Ida says we should vote on it, and Yuzuki's like, fine, but don't choose yourselves, okay? I'm sure most of us would pick ourselves here. So let's make it a rule that nobody should pick ourselves." And a couple of students are about to object, and Aizawa says, "Midoriya's right. Don't pick yourselves if you vote. If you go through the voting path, you're not allowed to pick yourselves." So they go. They pick through, and Izuku gets first place, and Yaoruzu and Ida tie for second. So they're all confused on how it should go. Ida's like, "I suppose me and Yaoruzu could both be a vice class president. Would you mind that, Yaoruzu?" And Yaoruzu's like, "I do not mind that at all. Yeah, let's do it." And Aizawa's like, "Interesting. Alright, class, let's begin." Aizawa gets cut off by the alarms blaring, and the students immediately rush. Upon hearing this, every student in the school rushes through the halls to get through the emergency exit. And they're rushing to get through they're struggling to get through the crowds, right? And Izuku sees the media, and he sees Uraraka in front of him, and he yells out, "Uraraka!" And Uraraka looks back and says, "Deku-kun!" No, not Deku-kun. Uraraka says, "Izuku." Oh, Izuku, "Midoriya." Izuku's like, "It's just the media outside. Come on, I need to vote me up, in front of the exit so I can tell everyone. They reach out to each other, Naraka floats Izuku up. And Izuku goes to the exits above the exit and holds onto a pipe, in a weird stance, and yells out, "Everybody, listen up!" And everybody looks up at Izuku and says, and Izuku continues, "It's just the media. Look outside the window if you don't believe me." Everyone that's on the window looks up, and everybody else goes towards the window. And they see it's just the media, and they all calm down and they go back to class. And so, I'll show the student, blah, 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 blah. One moment. Sorry about that, I was messing up my words. So class was cancelled for the rest of the day, and the students were sent home, and the teacher's like, "So, the media couldn't have gotten in, right?" And they were like, so, first it's the USJ, and now it's the media breaking in. Do you think it was what do you guys think it is? That's what All Might says. It just says, "I suspect it is most likely the League of Villains. Everybody wasn't in my office at the time. What if they saw the information? Oh no, this could be bad." Although this does pose a perfect opportunity to catch them. I'll think about it. Well, either way, we must continue the sports festival. We must show that UA is not weak. So they talk more. The next day, they're given 2 days off, so that way they can... No, 3 days off, so that way they can figure out what's going on. As they come back in on the next week, they're always like, "Alright, class, your battle doesn't end here." And most of the students are panicked. They're like, "More villains? What?" And Aizawa says, "No, class. The sports festival is coming up. For the next 2 weeks, you guys aren't going to be doing any schoolwork, just training." And they're like, alright, let's do this." So, 2 weeks later, the sports festival starts, right? And so, Izuku's like, no, Izuku, they're in the sports festival, and Izuku's, Bakugo is chosen for, to represent, the first years. And Bakugo's like, "I'm going to beat you all." No, not yet. Bakugo says, "Good luck to all of you. I hope you all get I hope you all get the chance to get second place." "Why second place?" "Because I'm going to beat you all." And not a lot of some students say "hey," but not as much as in canon. And so Midnight's like, "Well, after that speech, let's see what let's see what we're going to do this festival." Midnight spins a wheel and it lands on obstacle course. They are going to do an obstacle course. And so they go to the obstacle course, right? And they all get ready, and Midnight says, "Ready, set, go." And so Todoroki freezes most of the students, except for some from Class 1A. And so the others from Class 1A, a couple from 1A and B didn't get frozen. But the ones from 1A and B that, as well as a couple others that or Frozen breaks out. But there's a lot of students still in the race, but compared to the amount that started, yeah, it was nothing. So Todoroki isn't objective about using his fire. It's just his father was still a dick. It's just that he's not objective to using his fire. He just doesn't use it while training with his father. And so, they get to the first obstacle, which is the robots from the entrance exams, right? It's just a bunch of 3-pointers and 0-pointers. 2, 3, and 0-pointers. There are no 1-pointers. So, I'd say about half of them get through, and the rest are stuck there for a bit. And so they get to the canyon, and those such as Ida and Ida and Monoma, and Kirishima, such as those, they walk onto the ropes. But Todoroki uses his ice, right, to make a bridge, and then as he runs, he melts it behind him. He builds a giant ice wall, and then freezes the bridge behind him. And he builds like and so then Bakugo just flies over it. What Izuku does is he just jumps from, pedestal to pedestal? It's not a pedestal, it's from, floating island to floating island, per se. Then, the third race, and Izuku has brought, with him, Izuku is at the third one, race, obstacle with, Todoroki and, Bakugo. Bakugo's flying over it, the stuff, and Todoroki is, making ice, and then while is gliding over it with ice, and then melting it. And so, Izuku runs ahead, and he's really fast, so he digs up a bunch of mines, non-lethal mines. Right, actually, no. As they get there, and Izuku gets there, it says, the third contestant has reached the minefield. Of course, these are non-lethal mines. That only, of course. So Izuku goes there and starts digging up mines, right? And, he's slower now, so a couple people get ahead of him, such as Ida. And, Ida gets, a couple people get ahead of him, like Ida. And Izuku then uses half of them, and it explodes them all at once, steps on all of them at once, and they explode, and Izuku launches ahead of Bakugo and Todoroki, and they go faster. Right, and it's a close call. Right, and Izuku throws the rest down, and he goes flying, and President Mike says, Izuku, in first place, we have Izuku Midoriya. Right, and all of them cheer. Okay, Todoroki, then a couple seconds later, Todoroki gets second place. Katsuki Bakugo gets third place. Right, and eventually students start coming up one by one. And then it's revealed that Midnight says, oh, alright, Guys, let's do this. The next 42 people will be moving on to the next round. And so, Midnight spins a wheel, and it says, cavalry battle. Midnight says, alright, everyone, next is the cavalry battle. You guys will be split into teams of 2 to 4. And the top 4 teams will win. No, you guys will be splitting into teams of 2 to 4. Top 4 teams will win. We'll make it on to the final round. And so, also, it will go up from the bottom, from 5. 42, second place will have 5 points. Will count as 5 points. 41st will have 10. 40th will be 15, and that goes up. However, that was up until the final 10. And then, hold on one moment. So, from 160 it goes, the 10th place will, 11th place will have 160. 10th place will have 180. 9th place will have 200. 7th place will have 220. 6th place will have 240. 5th place will have 280. 4th place will have 320 points. 3rd place will have 360 points. 2nd place will have 400 points, and 1st place will have 10 million points. Upon hearing this, everyone in the top 42 stares at Izuku. And so they start picking, right? Nobody wants to go with Izuku because that's the losing team. And then Uraraka says, "Hey, Midoriya, may I be on your team?" And Izuku's like, "Wait, you'll be on my team, really?" Uraraka's like, "Yeah, of course." So Izuku cries a bit and says, Thank you. And Hatsume is like, "Alright. Hey, can I join too?" And Izuku's like, Yeah, sure. And Izuku goes up to, and is like, "So we need a 4th member. Who do we choose?" "Oh, I know. Hey, join me." Izuku places a hand on a student's shoulder and says, "Hey, join me." So they meet, and says, then after they have 15, after 5 minutes, they finish choosing. And Midnight says, "You will have 15 minutes. The top 4 to get as many headbands as you can. The top 4 teams with the most points will win." So they go and everyone starts heading for Izuku's team, but they fly up, thanks to Uraraka's, Quirk, and Hatsume's inventions. So, after a few minutes, people realize that they won't be able to get Izuku. Most give up, except for 2, that being Team Todoroki and Team Bakugo. Bakugo flies up, using his explosions, and everyone, Midnight's like, no, Professor Mike's like, "Is that even allowed?" It was like, it appears Bakatsuki Bakugo is creating appears Katsuki Bakugo is flying up using his explosions, leaving his team behind. Is this even allowed? Aizawa wakes up and says, as long as he doesn't touch the ground, or doesn't leave the boundaries, it's fine. So he leaves and Todoroki uses his ice to climb up. right? And they all reach for his headband, right? And they all fail, right? And eventually they both give up, right? Well, they don't. Eventually, Todoroki brings his gang up with him, too, so... Then eventually eventually the 15 minutes is over, right? And Todoroki was out of the three of them. Todoroki's the only one that managed to steal some headbands. So it says in first place is first place Team Midoriya with over 10 million points. In second place is Team Todoroki with hold on, with a total of 665 points. In third place, Team Bakugo with 530 points. And in fourth place is Team Shinso with with Team Shinso with 400 with 330 points. Yeah, I'll say that. And so, in the eventually, you all may leave now. They clean up the Todoroki melts all the brings everyone down and melts all the ice, and Midnight says, "Time to spin the wheel to see what the final one battle is for the 1v1s." And it says it's a quirk battle, I'll say. They will fight each other using their quirks. The students will have a 45-minute lunch break to rest. So, the 16 students that are going in the finale rest or try to calm their minds down. And as their Midnight then explains the rules, and Ojiro and another student opt out. So Tetsu and Shiozaki comes in. And the first one is Izuku Midoriya versus Hitoshi Shinso. So Ojiro warned Izuku about his quirk. So as Shinso tries to speak to Izuku ignores him and heads in straight for the and punches him out. And then Midnight's like, Hitoshi Shinso is out of bounds. Izuku Midoriya wins. So the other matches go out, and Todoroki's next. Then it says the next round is Shoto Todoroki. No, actually it's Tenya Ida versus Izuku Midoriya. So they go on the stage and it says begin. Ida immediately turns on his engines. And so he spins around Izuku and tries to kick him out. And they battle for a bit, and then eventually Ida pushes Izuku out. Kicks Izuku, and as he's about to get, Izuku grabs his leg, and as Izuku's about to get out of bounds, he pushes Ida ahead of him, right? And then they both go out of bounds, right? And Midnight says, both are out of bounds. However, and as Midnight's about to say something else, Aizawa interrupts and says, if you look at the footage, if I saw it correctly, Ito was out of bounds first. Tenya Ito was out of bounds first. I believe Izuku Midoriya has won. Midnight says, says, we're gonna look at the footage and come back. So 5 minutes later, Midnight's like, we have looked at the footage, and Tenya Ito was out of bounds first. Izuku Midoriya wins. So they all face. Then the other three, some quarterfinal matches happened, and the final four is Todoroki and Izuku versus Bakugo and Tokoyami. So the Tokoyami and Bakugo one goes first, and they fight for a bit. Bakugo forces Tokoyami to submit, and then the Todoroki versus Izuku fight begins, and Todoroki immediately sends out a wave of ice. And Izuku dodges it, and Todoroki sends out his fire. Right? And he dodges that as well. And Izuku runs closer, and Todoroki freezes Izuku, right? And Izuku is frozen in, and Midnight says, Shoto Todoroki wins, right? And Izuku can't hear what she said, and starts to break out, right? And Todoroki then starts to melt Izuku out. And then he hears a cracking sound and yells out, "Huh? What the?" And then Izuku breaks out and punches Todoroki. And Todoroki's gets out of Todoroki's almost out of bounds, but he reflexively uses ice to keep himself in bounds, right? And Midnight's like, "I'm sorry, Izuku Midoriya, but you have lost." And Izuku's like, "Huh? But how? He just froze me." And Midnight's like, that's exactly how you lost." And as Izuku's about to object, Aizawa's like, "Midnight, he wasn't stuck, he broke out. I believe your judgment was wrong. Sorry, everyone, but Midnight's statement that Izuku Midoriya lost I believe that Izuku Midoriya shouldn't have lost yet. Speaking, he wasn't stuck and have broken out of the ice." And then they're all confused, and Nezu comes up where Midnight is and says, "I believe what Eraserhead says is in fact true. The match shall continue." One moment. So he says the match must continue. And then I'll say, so Todoroki sends out more ice towards Izuku, and Izuku gets encased in it again, and as Midnight's about to call something, Aizawa says, "Wait a moment." So, wait a minute. So after a minute, after about 30 seconds, Izuku breaks out, right? He says, "Is that all you've got?" Growls, "Oh, is that all you've got?" Todoroki sends ice, and so Todoroki sends another wave of ice at Izuku, and Izuku breaks through it, right, and starts calling Todoroki, and he uses his fire back, and they fight. Right? Then Izuku punches Todoroki, and Todoroki uses his ice to prevent himself from getting out of bounds, right? And they eventually start going into a fist fight. Right, and they continue fighting. And eventually, after like 10 minutes, Izuku throws Todoroki out of bounds, and Midnight's like, Todoroki is out of bounds. Izuku Midoriya wins. And, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video, though. Goodbye.